Hey everyone, I'm the Mandalorian Merc, and I got some Halo news. We got some Halo Infinite news. It's old news at this point, about like a week or so, but we got a first look at our multiplayer Spartan armor. The Mark 7, Mjolnir Mark 7 armor, and I gotta say, it's so nice to see Spartans look like Spartans again. It looks like Halo, it looks like something from a Bungie game, and it's great. Like, I have a full image of it right here, and just look at that. You know, it's like a stylized version of Halo Reach's Mark 5. It's almost like Halo Reach's Mark 5 was in the Halo Legends short, the package. That's pretty much what this looks like, and it looks great. I love it. I'm not a fan of this specific color, but that's just because I'm not, you know, I don't want purple. But I mean, this looks really good. Someone made a Photoshop of this and making them red and blue, like if you're going to be playing matchmaking, and it looks great. They look like Spartans, they look like Halo, and it's definitely better than 343's first attempt at making Halo armor. Seeker, sorry. So, yeah. So that's great, and that was just the early in-progress model, right, here. Early Mark 7 Mjolnir with Monarch color armor coating. So supposedly you get this if you buy Chips Ahoy, or no, not this one. You get different armor coatings like this if you buy Chips Ahoy and other products. Just more of their marketing and stuff, because the game was originally intended to release in a month from now, and they have all these marketing campaign stuff that was obviously going to go with it, but due to the game being delayed, and then it seems like, you know, it's probably going to come out, I would guess November next year. November 2021, just because, from what, at least, this is a speculated guess, like the speculation, so, you know, take this with the smallest grain of salt you can find. But I think that they spent most of their time just building the slipspace engine for the game, and haven't actually had the development time to make the game itself, because, you know, they got Joe Staten coming back to oversee the campaign. You wouldn't need that if the game was close to finish. Just saying. Anyway, yeah, so we got some Halo Infinite is due to launch on Xbox Series X, S, and PC, and Xbox One in 2021, but so far we haven't seen anything from the game's multiplayer. We know that it will be free to play and run at 120 FPS, but so far 343 Industries has not shown footage or revealed any of the modes we can expect. However, we've now had a glimpse at an armor render from the upcoming game. In the latest Halo Waypoint update, 343 Industries has revealed a new render for an armor coating in Halo Infinite. This is the Mark 7 Mjolnir armor, and while it could change before release, this is how it looks right now and at this stage of development. And I gotta say, it looks good. Like, for anyone who is curious, I gotta find a image. Hold on a sec. I have one, I'm just sorry. Yeah, I probably should have came prepared with this image, but yeah, like, it looks good. Like, here, just for comparison, I'll find an image of a Spartan from Halo Reach, so that you can see what that... Oh, I'm an idiot. Why don't I just use just use Flickr. I uploaded a bunch, and here you go. Mark 5, classic Mark 5. That starts this. You can see a bit more of the chest there. Any comparison? Like, yeah, it's a very similar armor. It looks like Halo. It definitely looks more Halo than freaking Halo 5. Yeah, Halo 5 just sucked though. Anyway, in its current form, it looks like a brand new suit. Perhaps the final version will feature some scuffs Yeah, it's true. It is pretty clean, but again, it's a model render. I mean, that's fine. It's just to show us what it looks like, so I'm happy with it. Here's a first look at one of the Spartans you're probably going to kill or be killed by at some point online. And then it has the armor. We've seen concept art for new character designs for Infinite, but this is the first proper render of a multiplayer character we've seen. And then Halo Infinite was originally expected to release this holiday as a launch title for the Xbox Series X, but due in part to complications related to COVID-19 and working from home, Microsoft shifted the release date to 2021, despite what you may have heard or may have read on the internet. Halo Infinite is not abandoning Xbox One or getting delayed again to 2022. And this is about the new Shadows of Reach book, pretty much serving exactly what they intended it to do, serving as a kind of tying directly into the game towards the end. But pretty much, that's not all the Halo Infinite news we have, because we also have Halo Infinite might release Halo Infinite, the game as a whole, might release not as a whole, but in parts. But not in the way we expected it to. Not in the way that's like, oh, it's going to be another Halo 5, you know, they're going to release this part, and then we're going to be missing, like, all these key game modes, like Big Team Slayer, and Infection, and Griffball, and Oddball, and blah, blah, blah. No, we're going to be, assuming this is not just a rumor, though it sounds a lot like just a rumor, so, you know, I wouldn't say don't trust it, but I mean, I'm very skeptical of it, so. Because look, Halo Infinite's multiplayer and campaign seem to be two separate things. It's going to be free to play, so you don't need to buy the game in order to play the multiplayer. Which is kind of worrying for me anyways, considering how the game seems to be showing signs of, what's-my-face, games as a service, but I'm hoping that the campaign at least will be good, because they are focusing on it enough to bring back Joe Staten. And for anyone who doesn't know, Joe Staten is literally the guy that wrote the original Halo games. 1, 2, 3, Reach, ODST. He even wrote some of the books, like Shadows of Intent, which is one of the best books. But yeah, so the rumor is that they might release the multiplayer either sometime this year. I don't know, or early next year. Halo Infinite and the Xbox Series X game many people were expecting to play when the new consoles launch next month still does not have a release date. After being delayed to sometime in 2021, we know the game will have a campaign and a multiplayer mode, but whether those will release at the same time or in different parts is something that remains to be seen. Xbox boss, I'll try saying that 10 times fast, Phil Spencer addressed the topic recently and said releasing Halo Infinite in multiple parts is something to think about, assuming the Halo Infinite team can figure out a proper way to do that. Spencer addressed the idea of releasing Halo Infinite in piecemeal fashion in an interview with Kotaku that addressed the state of the game, the Bethesda acquisition. Well, actually, you should call it the ZeniMax acquisition, because they bought ZeniMax. And more. When asked if there were ever a chance that Halo Infinite would release in pieces with the campaign coming before multiplayer or vice versa, Spencer said the decision would ultimately be up to the head of the Halo franchise and the team working on the game, Bonnie Ross. And then Bonnie, he goes on to say, Bonnie Ross, the head of the Halo franchise. So Bonnie and the team will go drive those decisions, but I think we want to make sure people feel like they have a Halo experience. I think we can look at options like that. I think that's something to think about, but we want to make sure we do it right. And yeah, because here's the thing, look, if you want to release the multiplayer before the campaign, as long as it's finished and actually has game modes and is playable and visually good enough to play on, you know? I'm alright with that, honestly. It's free to play, so... But don't do another Halo 5. That's what I'm worried. I'm worried about that, plus the whole games as a service thing, because it's like, this is gonna be the next Halo for 10 years. And you guys, if you guys saw my, I did a Halo video, I forgot to upload it here on this channel, but pretty much I was talking about how I'd implement Sprint. If I had to put Sprint in a Halo game, how would I do it? And pretty much I was going about how you make Sprint really fast. I'm talking like being able to race warthogs fast. But obviously you have like a little reach style or some kind of meter, stamina meter that shows you, how long you can run for, and it doesn't last for very long, like in Reach. But it allows you to run a long distance very quickly as an alternative for a vehicle, which in a game like Halo Infinite would make a lot of sense. I doubt you're going to have constant access to a vehicle in the open world of Halo Infinite. Plus this way, you're a freaking Spartan. They can run kilometers in seconds. They're fast. But anyway, so it sounds like releasing Halo Infinite in multiple parts isn't something that's off the table yet, but it's definitely not something you could say the team is leaning towards. Having Halo Infinite not launching with the Xbox Series X is a big blow, considering how it was the game most people were interested in when looking at the next-gen titles for the new Xbox. So getting parts of the game in hands of customers, hate the word consumers, customers sooner rather than later would definitely appease some buyers. The topic of releasing the game this way has been brought up before, though. Ross said previously that releasing it in pieces was an option, but that the method didn't feel like the sort of Halo release the team wanted. Probably because they want to avoid another Halo 5 incident. Whether the game releases as a one full package or in different parts, Halo Infinite players can at least know that the multiplayer portion of the game will be totally free. And filled with microtransactions, no doubt. So... yeah, and that's not all. Oh wait, no, this is just a random article about what armors we should see again. But yeah, so, and this was made by this was photoshopped by someone, not me. I don't. First of all, I don't have Photoshop. Second, if I did, I'm still not this good. Yeah. So, I mean it. Look, I love the armor. It looks great. I love the security. Halo 3 security type shoulders. I love the Mark 5-esque design. The helmet's alright. I don't hate it. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't like it. I have my favorite helmets in the Halo franchise. The CQC you guys seen me wear in my Halo Reach videos. Obviously, the traditional Mark 5, traditional Mark 6, Hayabusa, the Grenadier, Recon. So, yeah, those are just some of my favorite helmets. So you're still gonna you have to, if you're ever trying to compete with those, good luck. But yeah, this is good looking Halo. Like, this looks like Halo. This looks like a Spartan. I'm assuming these are probably the Spartan 4 armors. Because from what I've seen on the, from what I can tell at least, it seems that all the Spartan 2s that are still remaining, are all wearing the same armor as Chief, as shown in the cover art of Shadows of Reach. So. But anyway, I'm just trying to look at this from a story perspective, also going like, I want to know more, Because it looks good, and also apparently the toys are out. So that's another thing I wanted to cover. We got toys. Halo Infinite toys. I wish I had the tab open, but fortunately I do not. So we're just going to open up YouTube. Why am I opening up YouTube? I guess Amazon has it. For some reason that went to masking tape. So, not only do we have toys from Halo Infinite, but they're actually good. I'm thinking of getting one. I might even do a review on the channel if I do get one, because they look good. Like, here's the Mark 7 Mjolnir Spartan. And apparently, because I actually saw the back of what this armor looks like for the first time through the figure, and the back is actually very reminiscent of Mark 6, like traditional Halo 3/2 Mark 6, and it looks great. Also, yeah, for anyone who's never seen 343's armor design, this is one of the designs from Halo 5. Yeah. Not exactly great. But yeah, we got like real good Halo figures. Also, I don't know what these prices are, but that's another topic. You know, you got the chromed visor. Like, apparently the articulation's pretty good. The thighs, there are little pieces that peg into the thighs, and you can flip it, and they have a peg to store the guns. Not a fan of the pistol still. I'm sure you guys heard me rant about it a bunch of times throughout my different playthrough videos. It doesn't look like a Halo pistol. Looks like a 5.7. Looks like a modern sidearm and not a gun you'd see in the 26th century. You know, the MA-40, the assault rifle, looks great. It's pretty much the Halo Reach assault rifle, but with a different color scheme. But yeah, this actually looks really good. The toys, all the reviews and stuff I've seen are actually, aside from like a few nitpicks or legitimate gripes, which are like, okay, the articulation on this arm is very loose, or this, or it's like stuff like that, like actual, like actual issues. They're very minor issues, and the overall quality of the figure is fantastic. Like, the chromed visor is very reminiscent of the old Joyride figures. A lot of the complaints I saw were involving the paint, which honestly you can fix yourself. Look, just get a black marker, just, draw all over it or something, and get an alcohol and clean it off, and that's how you can black wash it, so the black gets in all the creases and everything, and pops more. But yeah, like, also I'm not a fan of the Bulldog, but this new pistol looks and it's great, like, to see quality Halo figures. I might pick them up because they look really cool. So yeah. Yep, and that really, I think, covers it in terms of the Halo news. Also, I'm missing some. I covered that. No, they're looking at getting the multiplayer before the campaign, which may happen. We may get the campaign by like the end of 2021, but maybe early 2021 or mid 2021 we're probably going to get the multiplayer. I can see that happening, but I don't think we're going to be getting it like, oh, we're going to be getting it this year. No, definitely not. I'd be surprised actually if we even got it in in Q2 of 2021, because I think they really want to avoid a Halo 5 scenario where they release the game in parts and then have to update it, which is understandable and probably a good thing. But then again, the multiplayer separate from the campaign is different, because this isn't just like, okay, here's the full game with a really crappy story and only some of the multiplayer stuff. It's okay, here's just the multiplayer stuff, and if it has all the baseline Halo game modes, all the things I listed off before, like say Fiesta, Fire, if Halo Infinite has Firefight, Infection, Oddball, etc. That's fine. But I don't know. I'd say wait and see. But yeah, the figures look really good. It's nice to see the pelican look like an actual pelican again. And yeah, that's really about it right now. So yeah, that's been some Halo news for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Went a little longer than I want it to be, so I apologize for that. But yeah, so I hope you guys also like this new format I have, or the little logo and everything over here. And until next time, this has been what do you guys think? You guys think that, you know, we're gonna get Halo Infinite multiplayer sooner than the campaign? Do you think they're gonna launch it all at once, like at the end of next year? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informative. This has been Mando Merc signing off, and remember, treat others how you want.